Hi, and welcome to the final of Cooking with Dad's, the evaluations, and who will win the bragging rights.
Yes, we had 4 participants, and it was stretched for a little bit more than 5, 6 weeks, time in between. And they all had very different recipes. And I was surprised because, for the budget we had, I thought things would all look pretty similar, but no, you guys went and you did something original and interesting.
Some of you did family recipes, others did tried and food recipes that you did on your own.
Yeah.
And there was others that just searched the internet, found something they liked, tried it, and brought it in for us.
Yeah, that was interesting too.
Now, let's see here. The first one is Matt. He did meatballs and rice with a spinach apple salad.
Oh, that's true.
The sauce for the honey mustard. This is apple cider vinegar, half a cup. Alright, so this is 2 pounds of ground beef for the meatballs, maybe 1 egg, and about a third of a package of crackers. Let's do some. Cover it with some foil and throw it in the oven. Try and put it on as even as possible.
It looks great.
A little more sauce on top of the rice if you'd like.
All under an hour, all under $25.
Yep.
Did most of the prep and everything himself.
Yeah.
Which was very impressive to be able to do in under the hour.
Yeah, considering you had like 3 dishes to do.
Yeah. So he had his protein, he had the starches, he had a salad.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite sure if he was going to make it on time.
Yeah. He was
But-
cool. He was chill about it. Yeah, he knew. He knew.
Yeah. Meatballs turned out quite well. They had a
Yeah.
nice texture to them. Maybe a little bit more of a flavor could have been added, but for what time was, very good job.
Yeah. Next we had Paul. He did a pasta dish with stuffed shells.
Put on the seashells first, so they boil first, because they gotta boil 3/4 of the way through. You wanna try and get rid of all the big clumps of hamburger. And then instead of using your hand to spread it properly this way, so then there's no gaps. This is the longest part. The stuffing. Cheese on top. More sauce. Gotta have lots of sauce. Take them out of the oven. Now it's all melted. Alrighty, so there you go. You got your stuffed seashells. And now you divide them in individual pieces. See, and you got 1.
And
There we
voila.
go. Thank you. Enjoy.
And I thought he had a great execution. It showed that he was really proficient with this recipe. He had done it. He knew what he was doing, where he was going. Because like the proportion and the size of the pan had, like everything fit well.
Everything was perfect
Yeah.
on that, like, for sizing.
Yeah, and it was really a very good, tasty, flavor-wise. And for that one, actually, I think the weekend after I made that recipe, I was inspired by Paul. I made that recipe for the residents at the residence. Yeah,
Yeah, he showed great confidence while doing it.
yeah.
And as you said, you can tell he's done it many times before. And it was a nice recipe handed down from his mother.
And he was able to simplify it, and he said you could also amp up, like add more like mushrooms and different vegetable that he had decided to minimize because of the time frame. And he was also able to do it with the money wise and the 25 and under an hour, no problem.
Flavor was great. There could have been a side salad or something to go along
Yeah,
with
it
it,
was,
just to make it a complete meal.
That's right. It was one dish, and then it was
Yeah.
something a little bit on the side. That's right.
And then we had another Matt who did a beef meatball poutine in a mushroom gravy.
Okay, so for every pound of ground beef, we'll be adding 1 egg. It helps keeps the meat together while it cooks. We'll space them out, and then we'll just sprinkle a bit of olive oil just to help them fry, not too much.
I think you're gonna get a good dose of vegetables in this meal.
That's the
They
plan.
won't notice.
Cooking the meatballs in a frying pan with my cream of mushroom soup. Looks special, but trust me, it tastes great.
It smells so good.
Um,
With the mushroom sauce.
with the mushroom sauce,
And
which
he
was a
cooked-
bit of a different twist.
Definitely, that was I had never had anything like that. He made his meatball and then he cooked it in the mushroom sauce. And then poured that over the fries.
And I'm not big on a mushroom sauce, and it turned out very well.
I thought it was a good use of it, yeah. And he had hidden a lot of vegetable in the meat, like with the meatballs, he made the meatballs, he had put a lot of vegetable, which is also a good trick that parents that have finicky kids, that's really handy.
And aside from the hamburger, most things that he used you could get through Food Bank. He
Right?
used a lot of the canned goods.
Right. Like potatoes,
Yeah, and so he executed it quite well,
yeah.
with confidence.
And I also heard like somebody watched a video and they say as soon as they watched it, they had to try it. So we had some people.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, people curious about it.
Yeah.
Our last participant was Brody. He made chicken burgers or chicken fingers and fries.
Marinated in pickle juice. That just gets me all the time. The pickle juice.
Pickle.
Add a cup of oil to start heating up so we can cook our chicken in. Take a piece, cover it in this juice, milk. And coat it as much as you can in this. Nice and coated. Put that to the side for later. So we got two different ways where you can serve these. You can take a couple of strips, put it on a bun, put a couple pickles down, and you've got yourself a burger. Or you can just take chicken strips and have some fries on the side and get your dipping sauce of choice and go at it.
He did chicken burger, chicken fingers. So he used chicken in two different ways. So you might have had a picky eater that didn't want chicken fingers and fries on the plate, would only eat it as a burger or vice versa. So he was able to do it twice. But what really surprised me with that one was he marinated in pickle juice.
Yeah, and it came through in the flavor.
It did. My first initial thought was just like, pickle juice.
Why bother?
Yeah, how's this going to taste?
Yeah, and it
But a little bit of a mix-up, and I think it turned out really well, was he was supposed to come in and do it. So we marinated the chicken.
yeah.
At last minute, he was unable to. So we froze it in the marinade for about 3 weeks.
That's right.
So I was kind of unsure of how it was going to turn out.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
worked.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. The taste, it wasn't overly pickly,
yeah.
but it had that nice dill flavor to it, to the chicken.
Because I didn't put any pickle on, because I just ate it as a finger, like a chicken finger.
And I had it as a burger.
And I could taste the pickle in there.
Yeah.
Nice. Like it was like a lighter because it was fried, which is like a heavier flavor. and the pickle kind of lightens that up a little bit.
It definitely did.
And he was not familiar too much with this recipe. He had done it once, but he was brave enough to try it and redo it. And what I found is that in that particular recipe, there was the technique of, you know, you had to pound the chicken breast, and then you had to dip it in the 2 sauces and fry it. So that was a level that was a little bit more complicated, and he turned out really well. And the timing also was really good.
All 4 of them did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
They all met the time, they all met the budget.
that's right.
So it's very hard to try figuring out which one has bragging rights.
Because they all had some very good flavor. Like none of them was not good. They were all good.
I would make them at home.
Yeah, definitely. Like even the chicken one, I made like a version of it also. So out of the 4, and even the meatball too. I think I've actually tried, since they came, I tried those recipes in more or less the same version at least once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I've only tried the one.
Yeah.
That was the meatballs and the spring salad. But I would definitely try them.
Those are good recipes for parents to have in their back pocket for short, like a small period of time you need to prepare the meal, and for not too expensive.
Yeah. So, bragging rights. Tough, but we have come to a decision
Yeah.
on who the bragging rights were. And I think one of the main reasons why they got bragging rights is they have a meal that could be made into 2 separate dishes at the same time,
Yeah.
because they all had flavor, they all presented well, they all did well in the kitchen. But because of the 2, it's Brody.
Brody!
Congratulations, Brody.
Good work.
You will all be receiving a gift card, and bragging rights definitely to Brody. So
Yeah.
let's give him a hand. Way to go, Brody.
Good work. And this was new for us, new for you guys. And we're definitely looking at maybe at doing something similar with different program, different people, because it worked well.
It went
I
very
was
well.
really surprised by how confident everybody was, and how when they were explaining, they knew what to do. Like it's rare that I would have to say, oh, repeat that, or can you explain what you're doing, like a few times, and then they were, you know, good to go. They were confident, they knew what you need to know to make a recipe, the information, and they gave it really clearly.
And thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Ciao!